Hey guys, um, I'm sitting out on the porch and it's really dark and I don't have the porch light on, so unfortunately you can't see me, but I was wondering if maybe the sound of cars going by in the distance, and I don't know if you can hear the crickets or not, but if that might add a little something to your ASMR experience. I've never heard it myself, so if this is an epic fail, I'll take it kindly. I have no problem just testing something out. Anyway, I just finished watching an amazing video from Amal, or Amalzd, I think is what her channel is called, and she did an accent tag while chewing gum. So, I'm gonna do the accent tag, pretty much just like hers. I'm chewing gum right now, even though I don't know if you can hear it, because sometimes I'll forget to chew for a long period of time, or I hope it's not too loud. I actually was expecting to be kind of weirded out or grossed out by the sound of someone chewing gum, but Amal proved that wrong. But of course it might just be because it's Amal and everybody knows that she's like ASMR queen. Anyway, I'm gonna try it out, and being from Arkansas, I figure I might have a bit more of a twang to the accent tag, but for an Arkansan, I'm nothing compared to the rest of the people around me. I mean, oh my gosh, accents are so thick here in Arkansas, southern accents, that sometimes I can't even understand what people are saying. So, I would say that mine's very mild for where I live, very mild. But I do say some things in a more southern way. So, if you guys pick up on it, I guess just let me know, because I am interested in what other people say that's different from me. And I will also be smoking an e-cigarette because my mother-in-law brought one over and I think they're really cool. So I don't know if you'll actually be able to hear that, but I might pause for a second and smoke it because it tastes like, I don't know, it tastes so good, like a mint candy. Anyway, and it's electronic, so I feel like innovative. Okay, I've got all this written down on a piece of paper, and it is extremely dark. I am reading from the light of, or like a lamp light from down the street, so if I mess up or don't do one of the listed words as they actually are, I'm sorry about that. It's kind of hard for me to see this. Okay. First, I'm gonna light a candle, I think. No, never mind. There's no lighter out here. There's a mosquito candle, but I don't think that there's any mosquitoes out right now. It's kind of chilly. Okay. The list of words is as follows. Garage. And I'm not really sure what anyone else would say besides garage. Or maybe I'd say it a little different sometimes. Sometimes I pronounced the j at the end, the garage, more solidly, and sometimes I just say garage. So I'm not really sure which one I say more. The next one is herb, and I know that some people say herb, and I find that odd because I was always told that the H is silent. So I don't know. To each their own. Herb. And schedule. I always found it funny as a child when people would say schedule. I always just said schedule. And let's see. Figure. Jaguar. Lieutenant. Water. I don't pronounce the T as it should be. I'm sure that sounds pretty dumb. I don't know why I do that. I actually do that with quite a few words, though none of them are popping into my mind right now. But I always say water. No, I don't say water like a lot of the people that live on my street do, but I just say water. Let's see. Advertisement. Vase. Okay, I say route, like find the right route, but when I'm talking about the Sonic drink, and I think I picked this up from my childhood, I'm saying it wrong or something, I always say Route 44, which is the drink size of the largest Sonic cup, or the largest Sonic drink. I always call it a Route 44. And let's see, the next one is ballet. Then there's tomato. That's another one. I don't say tomato. I say tomato. Leisure. Address. What's that one? Buoy. I say buoy. Aluminum. I always find it really silly when people say aluminium. It's just, oh, it's so funny. Aunt, as in Aunt Jenny. Oil. I do know some people as well who say ol or something like that. I can't even, I don't know. I always found that strange. Oh, this one's, I'm so sorry about that. That car was ridiculously loud. And, wow, I think they almost hit something. Asshole. Anyway, probably not my brightest idea, but I figured I would give it a try. Okay, so I'm on theater. I say theater instead of theater. That's one of my less intelligent sounding words. I say caramel, like a caramel apple. Fire. Sure. Crayon. How else do you say crayon? I mean, I don't think I've ever heard someone say crayon differently. When I was a kid and I was talking about coloring crayons, I would say crowns. Bring me my crowns. Let's see. Toilet. How else do you say toilet? Loo. I don't think that's what they're asking here. I guess people say toilet differently. Sorry. New Orleans. Pecan. Both of us. Let's see. Again. Wow, I do say that weird, don't I? Again. When you're really, when you're doing this to see your own accent, you start to sound weird to yourself. It's making me slightly uncomfortable. Okay, the right way to say this would be, probably. But I always say probably. And I think that's just because I shorten it whenever I would type it online to Probly. And I started saying it out loud just like that, so I usually say probably so. Let's see, spitting image is the next one, but I usually say spitting image. She is the spitting image of her mother. Let's see, I really don't remember what this says, but it looks like I wrote down Alabama, so if that's what it was, then I say Alabama. And then the next one is liar. I say liar. I can't read. Oh, coupon. How else do you say coupon? I've never heard anyone say coupon any differently. Except maybe it's a joke. Maybe someone said coupon, but I always thought that was a joke. I don't think anyone actually says that, do they? I don't know. Next one is mayonnaise. I know that some people say mayonnaise, but I don't know. It seems like too much effort. Syrup. I think it's hilarious when people say syrup. So I said syrup. And on this one, I usually say PJs. The word is pajamas, and I just say pajamas if I'm saying the whole word, but normally I say PJs. And let's see, caught. How else do you say caught? I can't even. Cat? Caught? Why is that in the list of accent words? That one blew my mind. Okay. The next part is a list of questions. And, these are even harder to read. Okay. The first one says, what is it called when you throw toilet paper on a house? I think that's TPing a house. TPing. I can't remember. I've actually never even seen it done, believe it or not. So, except for on TV. What is the, hold on. Oh, what is the bug that when you touch it, it rolls into a ball? Roly-poly. Those are so cute. What is the bubbly carbonated drink called? Okay. Properly, I would just call it, I would call it a soda. But I don't normally say soda. Normally I say Coke, even though I'm not actually getting a Coke. I'm going to be like, oh, I'm going to go get a Coke. But I'll actually get a Diet Dr. Pepper. Oh my gosh, what the hell is that? Sorry, guys. I did that since I was a kid. Every soda was Coke to me, so it's just a bad habit. I have a lot of bad habits when it comes to speech. Anyway, the next one says, what do you call gym shoes? Tennis shoes, I guess. Though I guess if you're playing basketball, it might be sneakers. I don't know. Maybe that's a stereotype. I always thought basketball players wore sneakers. Kind of like Converse, like sneakers, and then there's just tennis shoes. I don't know. Let's see. What do you say to address a group of people? I would either say, hey guys, or I would say, hey y'all, what are y'all doing? Just like that. What do you call the spider-like creature with an oval body and long legs? Granddaddy long leg. There's another car coming, and that one might be loud because it's cruising pretty fast. Or turning. Oh no, it's turning into our little gated community we have here. I live in a apartment complex, but the one I'm at right now has a huge gate all the way around it, and it's supposed to keep people out after like 9 o'clock that don't have the number for their apartment or the number key, but the gate doesn't work. So I think someone actually drove through it and they haven't fixed it yet. Anyway. Okay, next one is, when do you call your, oh, not when, I'm sorry. What do you call your grandparents? Okay. On my mother's side, I have Nana and Bompy. And Bompy is the name I created when I was, a little toddler. I couldn't say Papa. Instead, I would say Bompy for some reason. And when my Nana died, my Bompy eventually remarried, and she told me to call her Mama Jan. So I call her Mama Jan. On my father's side, it's just Grandpa Gale and Grandma. Let's see, which, by the way, I actually never see them, so we're kind of formal. Let's see, the next one is, what do you call the does that say? Oh, what do you call the wheeled contraption that you carry groceries in at a supermarket? I just call it a cart. I know that some people say buggy or carriage or something, but I've never had anyone in my family call it a buggy. We just all call it cart. So I'm just like, okay, I'm going to go grab a cart. Oh, and back when the cart was like, I can't remember if it was Brookshire's, which is a grocer here, or Walmart. It probably was actually Brookshire's, but there's a grocery store here that had large carts, but at the bottom of it, you know how you can stick stuff underneath the cart onto the bottom rack? There was a huge space between the actual cart and the bottom rack, and I would sit, like, I was 9, 10 years old, and I would be able to sit on the bottom rack underneath the actual cart area, and Mom would push me around. It was so fun. But then the bars would actually hurt my butt, and I'd end up getting out pretty soon. But anyway, that's a pretty good childhood memory, shopping with my mom. Let's see. What do you call it when rain falls while the sun is shining? I'm sorry, I might feel really stupid about this later, but I don't think I've ever heard anything about that. I mean, I think that's what happens when I think that's how you can see a rainbow sometimes. Maybe. Maybe not. I always thought that, or when I was younger, I always thought that it had to rain during the daytime for you to see a rainbow, but apparently there is some kind of word for it, and on the other video I watched, she said something about the devil beating his wife, and I've never heard that, so I don't know. I have no answer for that. And the last one is, what is the thing that you change the TV channel with? Once again, like with the last word on the other list, caught, this question kind of blew my mind. I called a remote, a TV remote. So, I mean, what else would you say for that? Like, do people actually say clicker? Or is that just a joke? I've never heard anyone say anything other than remote, no matter where it went, even California, anywhere. Portland, everyone says remote. So if anyone knows, like, what they're messing with when it comes to this word, please let me know. Anyway, I'm sure this didn't come out great, but I hope you guys all have sweet dreams.